I just got a phone call from the guy that owns the winter pasture, and it sounds like there's a calf over there that he thinks is in trouble. I don't really know much about what I'm walking into. Let's go see what we're dealing with. Little one, are you okay? Well, this is actually, I'm optimistic with this calf. A couple things that I noticed right away. First of all, the calf is not stretched out on its side. It's laying upright, and it's got his chin on the ground instead of the side of his head on the ground. So that's good. When they're about ready to die, they'll stretch out on their side like what I just described. The other thing is I look at his eyes. They're kind of, it's really difficult to describe, but when something is very ill or about ready to die, you can just see it in their eyes. And this, I would call this guy bright-eyed, you know, where I'm not seeing any of those bad signs. Notice his ears also, they're not droopy, they're perked up. He's responding to sounds that he's hearing around him. So those are all good signs. The other thing I can notice, kind of what I showed you guys a couple videos ago, is that his side looks filled in like he has got up and nursed. Mama was over here a minute ago investigating. We're going to go get a closer look at her, to look at her bag, to just kind of verify that this calf is eaten already. But I don't see any reason to get too worried about this. I think that what we're looking at here is just a new calf that's tired. You know, they sleep a lot the first couple of days, and hopefully that's all this is. I have been fooled by this before myself. Sometimes with new calves, their activity level is so low that you almost think something's wrong with them. But really, it's perfectly normal for them to sleep a lot, especially in the first couple of days. They almost get to a point where, well, I guess it's like a survival mechanism, where you can mess with them a little bit and they still won't jump up. If this was like a buffalo out on the open prairie and a predator came trotting along, if the calf jumps up and runs, of course it's going to get eaten. But if it kind of stays bedded down and doesn't make itself known, then there's a little bit better chance for survival. Mom is number 50 right here. You can see she's looking back over where that calf is. And we'll see if we can get close enough to get a look at her bag. Mama's a little bit camera shy, but from what I can see, I think she's probably been nursed on. I got half a mind to just stand the calf up to make sure it's all right, but I don't know. Everything I'm seeing tells me that the calf is okay. He's got steady, strong breathing, bright eyes, perky ears. I think we're just gonna leave him alone. Starting to feel awfully familiar. I've counted about 3 or 4 times now. I keep getting 19. I think there's somebody hiding out having a calf. We're gonna go find her. As I was driving over here, I actually saw her. She was too far away to film with the GoPro. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer, but I don't want her to know that I'm looking at her. I can't tell if she's already had the calf or if she's working on it. So let's try to get a little bit better look and see what she's doing. She sees me. Well, I can tell that she hasn't had it yet, not only because I didn't see a calf laying on the ground, which, to be clear, doesn't necessarily mean there wasn't one there, but she's shown me a couple of other signs that let me know that she's probably not had it yet. First of all, she was still holding her tail out and sort of dancing around, spinning circles, sniffing the ground where she'd been laying. Those are all signs that labor is happening, but it's not been concluded yet. I would say the calf is probably going to be delivered within an hour or possibly 2. So I think the best thing that we can do right now is just leave her alone for a couple of hours and come back and check on her. I don't expect to have any problems here. Usually, I can't tell which cow that is, but all the cows that are over here have had at least 1 calf. So I don't anticipate that she would have problems in delivery, you know, because the calf was too big. The kind of things that I'm looking for over here that might become issues would be like breech births or twins. Beyond that, she should probably be able to handle anything that happens, but those 2 things will probably require some intervention from me. So I think we can run back to the ranch and start moving some brush. Maybe I can get that done, and then we can come back and check on her. It'll be really curious to see if she's in the same spot, because she knows that I saw her there, and I wonder if she's going to go to a different spot to try to hide from me, or if she's already decided that this is where it's going to happen, and now that I'm gone, it's fine. Decided to go with the old bucket today. I kind of wish I could use the new one because it'd be better for hauling all these little logs, but I'm using the old one because it has the holes drilled in it for the forks, and I will need the forks to get these brush piles, and I didn't want to be switching buckets all the time, so that's what we're going with. Gonna be several loads, that's for sure. Basically, I just got to do that about 100 more times. It's a few hours later now. We're back out here at the winter pasture, so I'm going to peek over the edge here and see if I can spot that cow. I don't know if she's still in the same spot where I last saw her. If she is not there, then I brought the drone with me this time. I think we'll pop the drone up into the air and see if we can find her. When we last saw this cow, she was right here in the clearing, and I don't see her now. So I don't imagine she's gotten very far, but I think I want to pop the drone up and see if we can use that to find her. I mean, we have those tools, why not use them? Needless to say, the drone trying to spot cattle in these trees is not the ticket, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Right down here is where she was, and I don't imagine she got too far from here. Well, no sign yet. I see her. She was kind of right, pretty close to where she was when I saw her before. Right there. Let's see if I can use my other camera to zoom in on her. Now I can't quite see a calf down there with, oh maybe I can. Yeah, I think I can see a calf down there with her. I was gonna say, she certainly doesn't look like she's in labor anymore. She looks like she's kind of just resting. So let me get a closer look. I can't even tell what her ear tag is. I need to know that for my records, but also just to make sure that the calf is healthy and looks good and that there's not two of them, because sometimes that happens. That calf's not alive, is it? Darn it. She has stillborn calf, is what it looks like. I don't see any reason why she would have struggled with that one. It's not real big. You know, sometimes that just happens. That's just the unfortunate part of it. So I'm gonna let her stand there with it, and you know, they'll lick them and clean them off like they would anyway, and I'll just let her do that. But that's too bad. So now the question is, because she had a stillborn, is it worth it to try to bond the twin onto her and have her raise one of the twins? I mean, we're not obviously going to do that today, but that's something I'll have to sleep on and decide. I mean, I've already got those twins going pretty good where they're at. I think she probably would do it, but I don't know if it's worth the extra trouble, because they're already doing pretty good going how they are. So, man, I hate that. But that's the way it goes sometimes, and it's not the first stillborn we've ever had, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Well, I hate to end the video this way, but you know, this is real life. When you're raising livestock, these things happen. And we certainly would like to save them all, but you just can't. And that's one where, you know, no amount of human intervention would have changed that, I don't think. As much as I hate to end it this way, day's over, and that's what I got to do. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.